Alright guys, welcome back. It's Limitless again. So, today, I thought I'd put up a little DD2 something to see how it goes. Basically what's going on is I've ancient powered 8 times now. You can see there, 5, 6, 7, 8. Count those numbers up. And I'm basically trying not to spend, 2 to 10 million each time I want to do this, so... What I've been going around doing... is go ahead and usually there's somebody available in some version of the Onslaught. As you can see there, it says I have to beat floor 35 in order to ancient power again. So what I try doing is I try finding my own ways to make that work while only grabbing relics. And if something gets really bad, maybe some armor for my barbarian or whatever. As you can see, he's got 488k health right now, and that is with, as you can see, including his weapons, it's all campaign gear. That's what I do. I keep everybody in campaign gear, and I just get relics for the things that I need, which in this case, if I really go all out, it'll be like, I leave this the way it is just because of the shocking revelation. Earth shatters, yeah, I switch that out every time. Lightning strikes, those are good to switch out. Other options would be flame auras. This dude I use for the Skyguard towers. And then I use the Abyss Lord for the walls, specifically the orc blockades. You can see I've actually got some decent stuff on there. Shielding Guard I haven't found quite enough to go ahead and guild that yet, but I did guild the Fortification, which is the big one. So, because we're not trying to do a major onslaught push, so yeah. The only real cost here, other than the cost myself included, but I gotta figure, that versus my almost 15 million, I'm not that rich, So I'll pop on here, and I've got max defense rate. I put the Gilded Destruction on something else, so. And I always use Earth Toss for that AoE / hit in the air. So these two I have to fix up every time until I get enough of them to make another Gilded of this and one of that. Stuff like that. Who's joining me? Somebody else. Yay. Alright, so what I'm doing here is I have to go back through the Chaos Spheres. It might be easier if I just do it from up here, because I don't have anybody to help me out with this, like anybody at all, so that's what we got. So I'm hoping that since it's only Chaos 1, which I haven't done this in a while, because usually there's somebody to get me, like the next floor, I just pop in on somebody's session, there's like 2 or 3 of them already in it. Usually that is fine, but, because there I usually grab what, like Chaos 4, Chaos 5, medallions and go the rest of the way myself, but yeah, that's not always an option. Today and yesterday were prime examples of that, so. There's just like nobody on the floors that I need, so. Because I could start on like floor 21, but I haven't got stuff for that. So what I'll do in this case, the armor and all that, I can put it on somebody that I don't normally mess with the armor anyway. In this case, I can put it on him or something, because I only use him for the relic, which is for the LSA. So I just built it kind of semi-series here, because, yeah, like I said, I haven't done this in a while, so. And sometimes you gotta know that if it's one area that's having a problem, rather than building something else, sometimes building something in there all the way up like so is enough, because right now it's still 751k, and all I have is what my ascension levels into the Seraph Shatter and just the shards that I could find. Because I definitely do not have chips going into it. That's on a relic that I have on my other page. That's what I do. When I take stuff off that I like, I put it on a page that's way out of the way so I won't accidentally forget that, you know, this is the right stuff. Obviously, there'll be a clue too, because it'll be locked in the inventory, but I've unlocked and sold stuff before, just not important stuff. I haven't made that accident yet, but... I think he's chomping at the bit there, wanting something to do. Well, go ahead, Captain Dreadbones, bud. Never mind. So all I want to do then is just kind of sit on this guy, to be honest, because the character that you have out is the one that the equips are mainly for, and because there's, you know, no reason to be in my barbarian, there's no, you know, dark assassins or anything at this tier. There's no real reason for me to not be on him. So all I'm looking for is, you know, just the highest gear that I get, but I don't want to auto-equip because that'll rip stuff off my other pages, and that can be a problem. Figuring out just what changed and all that, you know, see where the new holes are in the inventory. I'd rather avoid that and just do it myself. It's not that much to see yet. All we're trying to do right now is just get up enough of the what do you call it, like champion score, I think it's gear score in other games. I think it's champion score in this. And yeah, you just need one person up to get to the next tier. Doesn't matter which hero it is as long as he's in your deck. The reason why I'm not worried about upgrading and all this is because, well, first off, unless you've got one of, like, I think 2 bosses, like Bastille Master and something else, you can't destroy these. You can knock them out with, you know, the EMP dudes, but those aren't a problem right now either, so. And these guys are hitting right in the spawn, so there's no real worry about it. I feel bad for this dude. He's really trying so hard to get some kind of pillage in there, and my stuff is just steamrolling him. The thing you just have to do here is bosses like this just don't get hit by them. Now, obviously, sometimes the game can glitch or whatever, and that can be difficult. I totally understand that. See, that's why you don't want to get hit. You can die. Alright, there's that. Warriors, that's peachy. And there was more than one. That's even better. Now, because I wasn't planning on doing this like that, that's the reason why I don't have any health or anything. That's also why it's not a big deal, you know. You can go ahead and destroy those towers, it doesn't matter. I can just barbarian up. And then he's dead. There we go. Stuff happens, I just want to build before he does. That's all that is. And then what we'll do, we'll go ahead and we'll pop over here and we'll just pop some Ascension in there. We can do, you know, 100 in health, You can see I've already got this fixed up, all this stuff here. We didn't have anything to health, and we can do chi blast damage. So, there we go. We got a ton more health than we did. Now we just need him to heal himself up and we'll be good to go. That's a whole lot better than like 6k. Now his chi blast will hit, you know, for this level, like a truck. I got exposed for being lazy. So that's specifically why I like this level. The Bazaar. This is like, as long as you don't let them destroy that, you've got no real problem. It's just straightforward. This is a case where you can do differently than I do. Where I'm going to switch to Barbarian here, turtle up, and then go hit him until he gets on fire. There we go. But in easier cases, you can use the base hero, the Huntress. All you got to do is oil him up and then hit him with your big one. And so basically you hit him with your O. And it'll set him on fire and his shield will strip down. Chi blast. And yeah, it's about as easy as it seems. If I wanted to, I could strip down like one of these earth shatters. I could put like a node less, and then I'd have, you know, enough for a wall in each area. Alright. So yeah, that's my other gear. That's that page for that. So let's see. I'll take the drenching. Don't need the broom NATO. And we'll switch it here because that page isn't fully filled out. And then we'll just see whatever's got the score here. Because right now, as you can see, he doesn't have any armor at all. 498. And a sword, that won't work, but a polearm will. Now, relics do not count towards the gear score, so there's no point in messing with that. So, we can just sell the rest of it. And then we're actually gonna go again. Because my gear score may not be high enough for 2 yet. To be honest, you actually can just run through this ending part here, because it'll automatically pick up your stuff. That's why I'm not picking up any of the rest of this stuff, because it'll do it for me. Come on, Chef. Let's go, bud. Yeah, he's got to be really new, so I can't be mad at him. Alright, that works. It's always nice when you have someone there to get that experience boost, but at the same time, if they're taking forever to make any decision at all, then, you know, it's just annoying. Come on. There we go. Just accept that quick so nobody else gets in on my mana. Alright, that should be close enough. Alright, sure, why not? Actually, this was easier to get up here. Do I want to do that this time? I don't think so. There weren't any major bosses out of that one last time. There we go. pretty. Alright, now in this case, I always switch out the left one, so I can add walls if I want to. It's not great, but he definitely has more health than my towers do. So that was the other option there. So now in this case, I can do that, and then I've got enough for one more Earth Shatter somewhere. But in this case, I think I'm going to switch him back, and I'm just going to use lightning. It actually has a decent range because of the shards I have on it. And there we go. It's in there somewhere. Good enough. Get some equipment for this dude and get out to the next tier. So after this one, regardless of what I get, I'm going to go check and see what the required score is to move up. Yeah, Earth Shatters just make this map so fast. And if you're planning to skip AP or something, or you've done all your AP, then this is even faster because you can afford to use the mass destruction, whereas I can't. Because that would be 2 million every AP just for that. Yeah, the nice thing about this though is that you can rinse and repeat it all the way up through Chaos 7. And once you beat the first Chaos 7 map, I would, of course, advise you to make sure you've got a legendary relic, or at least mythic, for every single power and node, all that you want. But other than that, yeah, the first map you beat on Chaos 7 will bring you up to stage 28 in Onslaught, so that's certainly a way to do it if you don't want to deal with all the Onslaught stages. I'm just trying to breeze through this as easy as possible. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, that's a crap weapon, but it looks cool. Like, low key it does. It looks like some kind of dragon. That's pretty nice. There we go, Fiddly's getting slapped. Yeah, so other than a few relics, this Ancient Power, this will be the only guy that'll have gear above just the campaign level. And then if there's nobody to help out, I can always, you know, just start up again. Start gearing him up again, because otherwise you can see he had no gear whatsoever, other than just the relic for his LSA. And also guys, if you want to know something, like maybe the definition of an acronym that I use or something like that, you can always ask me about it and I can put it in the description, something like that. So they are getting cooked. I honestly don't think I need the LSAs at all. So it's basically like the only things I can foul this up would be the flyers. And I have these as insurance policies. They do 176k, whereas these only claim to do like, you know, 8k. Pretty nice to use that, you know, basically 3.25 million health. For campaign gear, that's not bad. Could be better if I used a real relic, but, you know, I'm not planning on keeping that campaign, which is why I don't want to move it off that page. And I certainly don't want to spend the resources upgrading the relic myself. But that is certainly the fast way. If you're rich, you know, you've got all the resources. Because you need, you know, all kinds of resources to make sure everything's leveled up through all the tiers. Yeah, you can do that. You can float on just, you know, some MFRs or something like that. That's nice. I think we're gonna have to snag that and equip it on him. I'd get it anyway, it's just that it wouldn't pick it up until the next round, and I can equip it before the next round this way. That's our last dude. Here we go. Like I said, it hits like a truck for this tier. That Chi Blast. Alright, let's pop back in there and see. There it is. Alright. Yep, that was a lot better. It's a shame because that actually looked cooler. 594? Yeah, it might be better. Let's see. 24, 14. Yeah, it is more powerful for sure. So we're gonna not do that. That's what we're doing. Alright. So now my Earth Shatters will be stronger. 515. Not bad. Let's go. I really do like the Chi Blast. But there's something that I love more. I love the combo that you can do with the Wizard. It's basically the Wizard, he's got the mark ability, and there's multiple ways to get the marks. Actually, nobody's gonna get through, so I can't really show it. So yeah, the square would be that ability to hit it, and then there's the Tornado, which can stall enemies a lot if you have the relic, and I have it gilded, so. And then there's the Mana Bomb. You can do all kinds of stuff like that. Like that shield, that's from something that I put on it. It doesn't happen naturally. Alright, Andre, what you got going on here? There we go. Sucks things when you use your defenses so much, but yeah, it's all good now. So I'm gonna open it and then just head back to town. Oop, good town. But always, whenever you come back, make sure you check your onslaught. Because if there's somebody already doing it, the level that you need to start on, or something close to it, you can just go there and skip a whole bunch. And, you know, with 500k health on a Barbarian, I wouldn't be useless to him, so. Because I have a lot of gilded stuff on him, so. He gets permanent, you know, armor increase, damage reduction, all kinds of stuff. Alright, so let's check this real quick, just to be safe. Nothing. Big shock. Alright, so gonna head over to our goodie bag here. See what's what, 497, that's better. 574, that's better. 550 is not better. 593 is. I don't care what it's from, what kind of set, Ranger, Warlock, whatever. Doesn't matter. It's looking to get better than we had. 647, beautiful. Skipping relics because it doesn't help. $604, that's nice. What about this? Nope. Nope. Green you don't really have to look at because it'll usually never be better. Maybe not ever. 495, 472. Okay, so now we can just give it a quick check, see if there's any really high chips by holding down the R1, and there's a level 10 right here, fire servo. So we'll save that. That's a healthy power chip, which is actually really high, so we'll save that too. And that's probably all we want, unless there's like a 7+ like poison servo or something, but there isn't. So we'll get rid of all that stuff. And then I'm gonna flip these over here. And that'll complete that page, meaning I don't have to look at this page anymore until I start moving stuff again. Alright, so it sets my gear score at 594. See, we need to move on. Chaos 2, Chaos 3 needs 1050. Oop, don't want to browse. You want to go to Dragonfall Town and back to the Bazaar. You want to play that map on Chaos 2 now. And then just keep in your mind 1050. You know, whenever you got that, it's time to move on. And there is something easier about this than going through all the onslaughts. It's just that way you can't get the mononodes boxes and all that. So there's stuff that you can't get by doing it. And as soon as I get the next Chaos 2 relic, I want to go ahead and put that on my Earth Shatter, because that's doing the most work out of everything. And we'll just do the usual setup. Approximately, it doesn't have to be perfect. That jump. Sure, why not? Why not? Just throw it in because you can, I guess. That's the thing about the next Chaos tier and all that, you want to be careful with it, because you don't know for sure that whatever you have is going to cut it. We'll go ahead and grab our walls, put those in there somewhere. That'll hopefully block enemies off enough and still keep them within the stun area. So that's about good enough. Actually, yeah, I'll put him back to the monk. There we go. That'll work just fine. At least in theory. Because I can always, you know, still put this down in case I have any worries. Which I don't, but why not put her down? I think after this round I'll show why I'm not so worried about it. I can start by showing this though, right there. Attack rate 0.75 seconds in parentheses max. Yeah, that's one good thing about it. I don't have to worry about that. Who is joining? I don't know this person. Okay, good stuff. But sometimes the really higher tiered people, like 7, 8K and beyond, will sometimes pop in just to lend a hand to a noob, or somebody that they think is a noob because they're in a low chaos tier. Doesn't happen all that often, but once in a while, yeah. Oh, you see that? This person has a ton of AP. All those plus anythings are his AP. So yeah, he definitely came just to help, because he doesn't need to be here at 1920. I mean, that's nice. It is, really. Upgrading all my walls? Why, thank you. That's something I'm generally too lazy to do right now, just because this isn't serious. I just chilling, trying to get along. It's like this, you know, if you do this and you do 1 AP a day, that's fine, you know. It'll take a long time, but that's fine. You know, it's not meant to be a quick system, and rushing through it, you know, 2-3 hours of reset might kill the game for you a little bit. You gotta always respect that quality of life. Okay, so let's head over here real quick and show why real quick I'm not worried about that, because I have 347 points in Earth Shatter damage. That's why I'm not worried about it. Let's see, he's a 646 and he's got a shop up. So I think next round I'll see what he's got in his shop, because sometimes people put decent stuff in their shop that they just don't need and they don't expect a premium for it. They're just trying to make something because they don't need it. And then other times there's, you know, dudes that do the extreme, like, who on earth would buy this, it's so expensive. And there's just the casual, like, hey, you know what, I'm a new player, I need some extra cash. This item probably won't help anybody, but can you buy it? They do that. All forms happen. Goodbye, Hulk. Okay, let's see. Yeah, that's not bad. The Drain Aura won't help at all, but I can definitely put that on my wall. So we're gonna pop over and just take a look at that. Yep, it's way better. So we're gonna go ahead and flip that. I forgot to check his shop, but I'll do that in the next round. Let's see what it went to. Yeah, that's a lot better. Let's see a weaker one here. Yeah. It went up like 330k-ish, something like that. Which for a wall is a big deal. Any increase on a wall's health is a big deal. Because later on you want to get to the point where you're at like 11, 13 plus more on just the first one. Another skeleton dude. Not just a skeleton dude, okay. Bosses can come from this way too. I think it's just lucky that most of the time they haven't been. I think I've only seen one boss from that direction before. Look at that, I almost killed it in one. That's what's so nice about the Ascension levels. And that is why I did a big push when I first started. I did that push to like almost 115 in Onslaught, which set me to near 1100. That's a legendary. What is it? It's another totem. It might be better than what I have right now for my walls, but it's not good for my other defenses. Defense health is only good for blockades. You want medallions and stuff that have defense power on them for your towers and whatnot. Tuskar. And they got slapped. Tuskar actually made it just barely inside. But I think the main thing for these guys here that's really good is that they're gonna buff my chest. So all the stuff I'm gonna get from it, I'm gonna get a little bit more because they're here. A few more legendaries. And that really helps the whole moving on process. The best thing I can do right now is equip him and find out if I can get close, or if I need to go through this again. Okay, so that's gonna go over my Earth Shatter. Let's see here. There it is. Need to check which one has the highest. Okay, this is the highest defense health. And it is better than what I have on. I need to flip that. And then I need to go back to my LSA guy. Start switching equipments. As long as the score's better, that's what I need. I think they're rushing me, actually, which sucks. Yeah, I'm not gonna make it, so we'll have to replay it. That's the other bad thing about having players, is that sometimes they rush you without caring what it is you're doing. The weird thing for me though is that guy that has like a handful more AP than me, he's only like 170, 175, 176, something like that. So it's like he's never done an onslaught push then. He's just done AP and that's it. Alright, so I don't know if they're gonna give me their... Yeah, okay. One of them did at least. Because as long as I have a bare minimum up, we'll basically be okay. I really wish there were host settings that would allow me to say, hey, you know, anybody that joins, be warned, all the building material is going to be mine. Because I think I had it in position too. Yeah, there's some people that just... Their stuff is bad no matter what level they're at. Oh, that's too close. Alright. So that gives me enough for 2 walls. We'll go ahead and switch him in. And I guess we'll put the walls at the known boss areas. Alright, and then we're just gonna wait it out. That's as good as it's gonna get. I need 29 more mana before I can build the last wall. And it looks like the one dude did not want to give up his mana. I don't know why, but maybe he just didn't think of it, you never know. So at the end of the round, I may as well just sit on him. It doesn't matter. I can't get Dark Assassin at this tier, so I don't have to worry about it. That's not cool. Like, that's really not cool. Now there's no point in switching him, because if you see up in the top right corner, it says 790 out of 800. I need at least 30 to be able to build a wall, so... I don't know why he built a flamethrower tower. I mean, it's up to tier 4, which is one short of the max tier. And it only does 119k DPS. Whereas these are doing 635. Like, wow, really? I think I'll just switch that character back now, just for the gear benefit, that it'll drop more towards what it is that you're equipped with. In this case, that's a monk. This weapon does look kind of cool, but it's definitely not as cool as that dragon. Makes me think of like a mechanical forge or something when I look in the mouth of it. Really, another person. It's amazing. I don't know any of those people. Because once you get into this game, it's like, there's certain names that you remember because you see them a lot. None of these people. Let's just shut him down now. We don't need him bombing my wall, even though that bomb did like 2k damage. Even so, it's good to check the longevity of your stuff. And now it does just barely over a mil. Pretty sweet. On a general, once you start getting a boss out of somewhere, just expect it to keep happening. If nothing else, just let it be like, okay, this is an area I'm going to need to pay special attention to in case something gets through. Obviously for harder content, but yeah, you get the idea. I'm curious, how many kills is this getting? 0. You see? I knew he was inexperienced. Yeah, it has 4 kills now. Whereas my tower has 155? That's why I say, sometimes people just don't know what they're doing. He built that for no reason. Because honestly, if I wanted, I could counter that. His little flamethrower thing there. I could start building in this direction and start killing him way back up there before we even could see him come down. But there's no point to be that competitive. I don't know why he tried. Come on, last dude. Black smoke. Skeleton dude. Getting slapped. Just the way I like it. For now. Later on, when I'm back to my like 2 million health barbarian that still does damage, then I want some big bosses to play with. That's not going to be till I'm like 70, 80 AP, so I got a long way to go. But I did 2 AP last night, so. I'm feeling kind of lazy today, so I might only do 1 today. But there's still other stuff that I want to put up. See what they do. Was flamethrower ignite him? Nope. Flamethrower froze. That's a bummer. I should just let him totally kill the flamethrower. Because then I could build over it if I wanted to. Because that would free up the like 40 it takes to build that. Oh, what's up? Konowiro Hameen. That's cool. That's good, man. Or, hopefully, man. Not trying to offend anybody. What you got going on? Thought it might be fun to watch the monsters die. We got 3 bosses, the boss skeleton, a pirate boss, and that dude. Why I'm not firing on him now is because he's super heavily armored in the front, but the back is super weak. Alright, that's game for you. Alright, let's go grab our stuff out the chest. And hopefully I can hit the champion score I need to move on to Chaos 3. Took 2 games the last time, I'm at 638 now. Let's run over here and see real quick. Anything that I can equip that's better. There's that. That's slightly better. Same score. That doesn't happen too often. 716, that's better. Ah, they're already trying. Pretty good build. Oh, okay, that's cool, that's cool. Yeah, I appreciate that. Yeah, it's just, there's some maps that are so easy that you can kind of do whatever you want. This is basically the best of those. Alright, so we're gonna sell the rest of this junk. And then we'll pick up the new stuff. Everybody here, you get the maximum amount of legendary gear from the chest. And I got 22 seconds to check out whether I need to stay or go. Okay, that's better. That's better. That's... Okay, that's a wand. My bad. Alright, what's my score at? 724. Dang, I still have to stay. 3rd run, let's go. Yeah, the game, it's not that bad. Just the best thing you can do for yourself. Get yourself geared up into tier 7. And find obviously the best of those things that you can. And once you've got, you know, all the chips for everything set, then just push as far as you can in Onslaught. Get your minimum levels as high as possible. Because I was around like 592 when I was at about like 114 in Onslaught, and so my minimum level was hundreds of levels above my actual level. So when I AP'd next, I pushed up from like 592 to like 1100. That's basically where I'm at now. Okay, now I did pick up something else. So I wanted to check that out, but I didn't have the time with them rushing me off to the next stage like that. Okay. I hate when I do that and grab the wrong one. Anyway, put it over that because it's slightly better, but that's still useful over here. Bringing that up from campaign to C2. And now that I'm not rushed, I'll go ahead and open these. See what these can do. Also, the big things are, when you're farming shards, you want to farm Chaos 1 for destructions. And then there's Chaos 4 for defense rates, and Chaos 3 for deadly strikes. Those are pretty much your bread and butter shards. If you can get those, they're a humongous help. Alright. Which one's better? Yeah, that Swarm Servo is pretty helpful, but with the Anti-Goblin, Anti-Orc, that's more helpful. So I'm going to let that go. Inspiration, I like that one. I don't need Critical Restoration because that's character specific. Alright, so just give it a last check before I sell this stuff off. And yeah, it doesn't look like there's anything I can change to help myself. So we'll sell the junk and make room. Alright, let's build up. It's going to be the same thing. No problem, no problem. Glad if it helps, because I know I didn't have anybody to help me when I first started this game. Had to figure out, you know, even the elemental combos and everything by myself, because there are some higher level players and all that that'll help, but most of them just get angry if you don't know what you're doing, and so they'll kick you from a game rather than help you. Yeah, most of them are like, oh, you know, if you're not building fast enough or whatever, I'm leaving. And I'm like, okay, bye. Because that Onslaught, most of it I soloed by myself. So, I mean, it kind of sucked, but it was a good teacher, too. So let's see, all I've got left is really space for, like, the walls, and if I wanted one more of the LSAs, which is Lightning Strike Aura. And the walls, they're really not necessary. They're just, you know, hey, I like that little safety so I can walk off and do something and let a boss wail on a wall if I want to for a little while. And I know, a lot of people will tell you something too, another tip. They'll tell you that walls are never necessary. That's not quite true in my experience. Sometimes, even, you know, things that are great stun lock combos and all that, if you just don't have enough DPS, monsters are going to get through them anyway. So sometimes it's better to have a wall than an extra flame aura or something like that. Because yeah, I'll be honest, like even in 1.14 I was still using walls because I was massively underpowered for where I was at. I was half the level. At the time, like, my ascension levels, my talent caps were only at, like, 226. Now they're over 700, so I could grow into those if I wanted to. But obviously, I want to get my talent caps at 999. What I mean by that is the ascensions here. All these big ones, like health and, you know, the hero offense, and some of these skill ones like this here, they say whatever at a 759 right now. Those can max at 999. I wonder if it'll give me enough time to switch characters. Yep, he did. Oh, is he AFK? Did he just pop in and do nothing? At level 21 he soloed the campaign. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, I had a solo campaign myself. If you want, though, after this one, I'll pop out and help you rush the campaign. Or are you saying you're totally done with the campaign? Because I think you're supposed to do that 50 or so when you're done with the campaign, so you can actually start gaining levels. Yeah, these dudes are not readying up. Okay, so the one that wasn't readying up finally did, and now this new guy's not. This is bad luck. Oh, yeah. I understand. There's a lot this game doesn't just outright tell you either, I've noticed. Like, I didn't see anywhere that shows you, you know, like, hey, mix these two effects to get this elemental combo, you know, I didn't see stuff like that. And then it's like the marketplace that they actually have doesn't work because nobody uses it, so it's not like you can buy better gear and all that with better chips that easily. You just gotta hope there's somebody in the lobby selling stuff. Yeah, so let me know. I mean, if you want some help with that campaign, or if you want to level up a little bit, you can join in. Yep. That's how it goes sometimes. But honestly, most games I start solo anyway. Just to learn a bit so I'm not useless when I, you know, try to join somebody else or whatever. But that also means, you know, I don't have a teacher that way, so. Come on, guys. Hello. You know, I used to really hate when people would do what he's doing right now. But I haven't seen it in a while, so this is... It's annoying, I'm not gonna lie, but... Because as it is, I can't even start the timer without one of them doing something. And the thing is, too, if I leave, they might fail without me, so... Because even though their hero scores or whatever are higher than mine, champion scores, their defenses might be weaker still. Alright. I'm gonna start a kick and see if the other dude will help me out. Alright. Because, I mean, normally I'll try to give somebody the benefit of the doubt, but I mean, with him readying up slow and all that, it was making it forever. And that dude, he had no intention of pitching in, so it's like, you know, if you send me a PSN message or something saying, hey, can you carry for a second or something like that, sure, you know, why not? But don't just come into somebody else's game and sit there and do nothing. Let's go watch the monsters die a little bit again. We haven't watched it from this angle yet. And that's my towers hitting them through the wall, so... Yeah, Earth Shatter towers, they're one of the fastest, and they hit the objects really easy. And that was the pirate I mentioned from earlier. I don't know why I'm getting so many totems. Like, sure, you know, it's helpful once in a while to replace it on my wall, but Enemy Medallion's worse. I like this here because you can sit on this. You can't get in there, but still. It's a different / maybe better view of watching monsters get KO'd. The only problem with this strategy, though, is that if you're not strong enough to pull it off easily, all those little green things there, that's your mana that you can pick up during the rounds from their deaths. But I can't reach it from here. So, you know, if you really need those upgrades bad or something, you might consider putting them further back or something so they kill more like right here or something. We got a Draken Lord. And the pirate dude. Go ahead and slap him. Oh, I grabbed the wrong character. That's my bad. We're dead. Oh, there it is. And the reason why that is, he has that instant freeze, and it's just death. I was like, oh crap, I hit to the right and not up like I should have. Come on, proc the fire. The reason why it's not procking is because I don't have it upgraded right now. I didn't have enough to guild burning strikes, and at present I don't even have it upgraded. I'll show you. It's on this one. Burning strikes right there. It's only a 2% chance to proc the burn right now. Whereas normally it would be a 20% chance. That's why it's taken so long to proc that. But that's also why I have these walls out, so in case a Draken Lord or something does come by, it'll still take them a while to chew through that, like, 4.6 million health. Or in this case, about 3.6. Somebody upgraded that one, it wasn't me. The thing I really like, though, is that you can't tear somebody else's defenses down, because some people would totally troll that way. The only time you can is if they leave the session. Watch the flying monster die. That was pretty quick, because these actually have a pretty big range. So this isn't what hit it. It was the weapon manufacturer. Well, thanks, I appreciate that. Yeah, there's some cases where, you know, if they have phased, which is a modifier, you'll know it too, because when you look at one of the ways in, you can hold down, for me, the L3, and you can see if there's a modifier, but there isn't one here, because, you know, it's so early. That's really an onslaught thing, but yeah, if it's not phased, you're good to go. You can put up walls. Sometimes, too, when I've been really underpowered, I've put a wall right behind another wall. Alright, let's go ahead and check my current walls and see if this is any better than what I have on. It is. So let's go ahead and do that. Then that chip is exploit weakness. Well, exploit weakness is garbage. Everybody's rushing me today. Ridiculous. Alright. Yeah. Switch that, it actually looked the same, which is why I was like, whoa, hold up. Man, I'm not lucky. I gotta go through another one. My score is 779 and I need to reach 1,050. Now, of course, there is another way to handle this, and if I don't get it this time, I will show what that is. Which is something I really don't like doing, because it's a big waste of resources. Unless you're not playing the AP, then, you know, go for it. That'll just be upgrading stuff. Let's just try one more, and if it doesn't happen, I'll upgrade something and push on to C3. I don't like to spend too many sessions on one chaos tier. Okay, now I can see. Good stuff. Go ahead and put these up. Good enough. And then we'll go ahead and grab the walls. Generally you want to put it somewhere that line crosses through it, because that's the enemy path. Alright, then we'll just switch back for the benefit of getting gear specifically for the monk and start it up. Let's try to not pull the mic cord out. Who's joining? Black Smoke again. Welcome back. I like having the mini-map too, but sometimes I wish I could take it off screen and just put it back on with, you know, some hotkey. Yeah, definitely do, especially when you're not used to what's going to pop up where, make sure you're using that mini-map. Because all the bosses have, you know, their own little icon and stuff that pops up and shows you what path they're running and all that, so. Alright. as well upgrade something while I'm waiting for him to figure out what he wants to do. Oh, I see. I don't know if you caught that. He was trying to build something real quick. It was a flame aura. But if you see up there, top right corner, that's 780 out of 800. There's only 20 left. Flame aura costs 30. It's the LSAs like this here that cost 20. Most are 30 or above, so that's why. Huntress has something, it's like, what, the explosive charge you can use for 20? But as far as really good ones, the best one for 20 is the LSA. Also, I have no idea why he was trying to build it back here somewhere. Because the flame wall is something enemies have to walk through. It can't reach out and touch someone. What is this? Corrupto Killers. I don't know, I guess we're still getting new players, which is a good thing. That's a great thing, really. Another quick tip, make sure that you're saving some of your mana. Because, you know, like walls and all this, if they're damaged, you can repair them during the fight. But not if you don't have any mana. You can actually, if you have enough mana and space to do it, you can build during rounds too. But it takes more time, so you'd need something like a construction shard, which actually speeds it up by like 75%. Good block. Yep, you slapped. That isn't bad, it seems pretty good. I'm just wondering if it's better than what he has on. I can find that out in the coming round here. Alright. Is it better? No, I need above 846 to make it better. Bummer. Need above 817 for boots. 819. Okay, that's better. Oh, thank God, we got something. Sell the rest of the junk. Alright.
I'll see you tomorrow.
Yeah, have a good night.
You too. Sleep well.
You too. Alright, I just went to bed. Alright, I guess we'll give one more tip too. I think it's tier 5, Dark Assassins start coming in. So during something like that, you're going to want something like weapon manufacturers and shocking revelations that can actually stun them. Or if you stand in front of an Earth Shatter tower, that'll do it too, because Dark Assassins will latch on without some kind of stun effect. They won't get off you until they've done a set amount of damage. Or they've killed you. Okay, minimap says these rollers over here. Yep. Really? How did you get up here? You really did. Just wanted to get behind him so I could chi blast him, but I want to take care of that guy first. Sheer influence. I think that's an upgrade for this. Let's see. So we got 55-16 versus 47-21. I'll take it. My Earth Shatters are a little bit better then. Okay, they ain't not upgraded. Nope, I think they went around and upgraded all of mine. At least one's here. Let's see. No, that one's tier 1. 620k, that's the base damage now. Not bad. I thought it was tier 5, right? Yep. 992, that's not bad. Because that's obviously more than enough damage that I need to get through this tier. Otherwise, they wouldn't be dying basically before getting in here. A big part of that is that one that, like, Earth Toss? Yeah, that's the shard for it. You don't actually ever need to guild Earth Toss. Because it's pretty cheap to upgrade, and at just the max upgrade for the non-guilded, it gives you a 100% chance to knock enemies in the air, so if they're the type that can't be stunned or whatever, it's perfect. It has a little AoE effect, so you can deal damage to hordes of mobs. 868. I think that's better. And then yeah, as you saw there, win bonus. Once you hit 4, every time you beat it then, without going back to town or anything, then you're going to start getting an extra shard every single game. Let's see. Yep, it is better. Let's take a look at all this stuff and pray to God that we're close to, 1,050. Where's that? That's a staff, and that's a pole arm. That's better. Okay. That's a sword. That doesn't help me at all. Appreciate it. 886, so a better helmet yet. Okay, that's a pole arm. Not as good. Boots, better. Yeah, okay, they're both mythic, that's why. Gloves were better. Just kind of check everything to be safe. And then, yeah, that's when I traded off. So, new helmet. Not gonna help. And that will definitely help more. Let's see where we're at. 887. Alright. So what I'm going to do then, I'm going to dip out and go back to town. I'm going to go ahead and upgrade something so I can go on to C3. Now, generally, you don't want to upgrade past into the next tier because that'll cost extra resources for that push. So you just want to upgrade to near or at the max of that tier. Because you're looking to replace these equipments you're getting anyway. Alright, so we're only going to upgrade the stuff that's on him, and it won't be relics, because that doesn't count towards the score. So, legendaries should provide the biggest buff first. This is already level 5 out of 10, and this is also 5 out of 10. Highest score first, because that should give the biggest benefit. So we'll go ahead and max that out. Where does that put us at? 925. Alright. Max that one out. 971, we're getting there. Chest is usually a bigger buff than the other pieces to score, so. 1019. That's enough. Alright. Let's push the tier then. Whoops. Back to expeditions. Chaos 3, and we'll go back to the bazaar. You get a score of 1740. Show me the session. There we go. I just wanted to check that before I got in. Doesn't sound like that big of an increase, but I mean, it's almost double the score, so. So now, I'm gonna need to dump off a bunch of stuff. I'm just checking the chips real quick. I'm gonna go ahead and check our shards, see if anything needed. If not, we'll dump them. Don't need that. I need that. I can hold on to that for the archer. I already have that maxed. And I don't need that either. Alright. Let me move freely. Let's try the same setup and just see if I have enough damage. I should, I would think. But you always gotta watch out when you're shifting to the next tier. Does that look weird? Yeah, a little bit, but it should be fine. Who joined? 4611. Dang. Yeah, if he couldn't carry this, I'd be surprised. Because he should only be here to help, or maybe just HP experience. You never know. Oh yeah, that's right. I should do that first. There we go. Now I'll just grab some walls and hope for the best. Alright. Let's go. And I still have 20 points left, so if something ends up being a problem lane, I can put an extra lightning strikes in it. They look like they're still getting slapped though, so that's pretty good. Really? Master Melon Malone. I think it's supposed to be like Master, but weird play on it. Yeah, they're getting slapped pretty well. So I guess we'll see how the bosses take it then. Yeah, that electric effect on them? You saw the lightning strike, but that big, like, I don't know if it's pink or purple or whatever, because I'm colorblind, but that effect is from these. You'll notice it's the same color as that expanding wave. So that's from the weapon manufacturers. So even though it's down pretty low, it's still hitting the ones that come down, so. That's because they use the traditional stuff on it too, you know, destruction and like a defense rate, deadly strikes. Nice. Yeah. Basically the reason why I keep replaying this stage, it's boring as crap, I know, it is, it really is. But it's so easy. There's almost nothing to worry about once you start playing this stage. You can do it from C1 all the way up through C7. So that if you're doing well by the end of the first C7, just go into Onslaught then. What are you doing? Get out of here. So as far as problem lanes, this might become one with bosses like that. I'll just find somewhere I can set this down. Close enough. Because the range still expands out to here, so you wouldn't have to go in very far to get hit by that. And then we'll bump up one of these. Why, thank you. That way, instead of 620, we're hitting for 992. Yeah, present with this setup, what I like about it, you don't have to worry about flyers, because even if they come over this direction, you still got lightning strikes hitting all the way out to here. And then bosses, if they manage to charge through, there's a wall, so it'll take them a while before they can shoot for that much health. And these are going to hammer them the entire time with whatever lightning strikes can manage. 252k with maximum 1 second attack rate, so. Alright. Oh, he should be dead now. Why, thank you. I have enough. I may as well upgrade one from each. In case something surprising happens later. Which I really doubt that's possible. One of the reasons why, there's more than one, but the first one, why I'm upgrading the Earth Shatters over the Lightning Strikes is because they're hitting first, and they're hitting faster. I mean, it's 0.75 seconds, so it's 3/4 of a second versus 1 second hit rate. That hits further, and then the other reason is that these AoE with that shot. Whereas this is not AoE ever. Oh, it's not the same spot this time. It's over here. Yep. Jack and Lord. You gotta be careful of him because even though he won't tear my wall outright, he could cut the health of it in half if it was frost. I'll try to let that go here so we can see it. Yep, there it is. That instant half health cut. He doesn't care how strong your wall is. He's just got some unfair advantage there. There we go, the 2% finally dropped. So anyway, I just replay him. No big deal. Although if I wanted, once I blew off the shield with that 2% burn proc, and I could just sit here hitting him with G-strikes. Because then it would work, but while the shield is up, it's not going to work at all. And of course, if you wanted to Burning Strikes the monk, then you could just, keep blasting with that. But you might have to dip in and out of his shield for that to work. I say in and out because the Barbarian's like the only one that's immune to it once you put Turtle Stance up. So he won't freeze and auto die. Oh, well, there goes that. Come on. In the space. Yep. So what happened there, it didn't die on its own. It died from overuse. You can see there it says energy. Well, once it runs out of energy, that's GG, so it'll die. That's what happened. Because I'm not watching him, not being careful. Doesn't really matter. But it would matter a lot if it was a serious game. So if you upgrade him, it gets more health. It replenishes it and gives it a really bigger maximum pool. So. There we go. But the other way is just repair it, but in some cases it's not as fast. So let's see what goodies I get here. And I'm just gonna auto go into the next one. Because they probably don't want to wait. I'm not trying to be rude to everybody else. Oh wow, that's a lot better. I'm gonna replay it. Oh, and I should mention another thing about the Ancient Power. For every one you do, you get another 5% buff to your experience and your gold. So whenever you start earning, you'll get 5% more for every one you do. So with my 8 of them, that's 40% I'm getting. That's why I'm still kind of making money on this. I don't know what he's doing, but I can't do anything until he readies up. Okay. Yeah, it's like, I saw him running over there, so I'm like, he's here, but what is he doing? Thank you. Yeah, when they come up to you like that, it's either they want your mana or they're going to give you theirs. You never know, but if they come up to you and then they put down a flag like that, then that's what it means. That, hey, you know, I'm here, drop your stuff. Oop, stay up there. There it is. I'm like, why am I having trouble finding this? Alright. So now he's gonna have to bear with me for a second because I can't check my inventory during a round, which I understand. I guess it's like a built-in way to prevent you from being rude to everybody else. But it's kind of hobbling at times too when you have it set up automatically like I do, and then you still can't check your stuff. Alright, let's see here. What's best? That's definitely better. Okay. Nice, that's a little bit better. Oh, that is a pull-on. Let's see. Nope, it's actually a little bit worse. These gloves are better. These boots aren't quite as good. Yep, that is a staff. Alright, so let's see. We got a mythic medallion here, that's good enough. So let's go ahead and see about the Earth Shatter. As long as it's mythic, that means I can use all 3 slots. Which is why I'm not worried about replacing that. But otherwise, it definitely matters the order you put your shards in. Because if it only had 2, then my defense ring would be what got cut out, and I have to switch it for the destruction. Because I still need the Earth Toss. Alright, so we're gonna sell the rest of the junk here. And that's good enough. Nice thing about this is, even if you get, you know, like a bunch of suiciders in here or something like that, they usually target whatever hits them first. So that would mean they should be targeting like the MFRs or the lightning strikes. It's also another reason you don't want to put these too close. Some enemies have that EMP wave, they'll just go straight out from wherever they shoot it, and they can hit these if they're too close. Or suiciders, they can get aggro, and instead of attacking the wall or whatever hit them, they might go for the weakest thing, which by health would definitely be my Earth Shatters. And with the range on them, I can actually put them back further than I did. So, but if you have to adjust, sometimes you can just do something like that. Nice. The main thing is right now I'm looking for a nice medallion for my lightning strikes. Because as we go through the tiers, the lightning strike is going to become more important for flyers than the weapon MFR. Because I'm not upgrading the damage on that at all, so. That's right, strike them down. Those little bugs, they don't look like it, but they're usually pretty tanky. They usually like to tank through a lot of damage, then go shock the stuff out of your wall or whatever. But yeah, the ones that kamikaze, yeah, they usually go down real easy. Because they're like, oh, I'm getting hit by something, dive. See what you got. It looked like 2 swings on my wall, and he didn't do that much damage. So there we go, walls. Blockades. Rocket. But you do need to know that there are some walls that are better than others. The wall that I really don't like is the World Tree from the Dryad, because that thing is usually weaker in terms of defense health, but it has added benefits, you know, like it's easy to rebuild. You don't have to build a new wall. It leaves a seed behind, so you can feed the mana into it and it'll reconstruct itself. So that's really nice, but to me it's not a trade-off for having millions less health. It does have a healing aura too, so if you're worried about getting hurt, you can use that instead, but for late game it doesn't really cut it for me. Whereas these guys here, I can use, you know, the Electric Fingers shard, and then I can use, you know, like a water servo on the relic, and they can have their own electrocute combo, so it's always good to consider that kind of stuff. And with them being this kind of wall, they actually do their own attacking, so. Nice. Yeah, I still kind of hit like a truck, even though, you know, I don't have that much going for me. Yeah, that's the big thing. Mythical or legendary right now is what I'm looking for. Once you drop below the purple into the blue, so you're not mythical or above anymore, then your relics and all that are going to start losing, like shard slots and all that. That's why I mentioned before, I'd have to change around how my shards were set up, because whatever's in the third slot at the bottom will get left out. And then just never do anything if it's like a green thing, just forget about it, it won't have any slots. Just watch him get slapped. Okay, my arrows are starting to go down now. Whenever it refunds it, then I can put it back. I just upgraded the wrong thing. That's alright, I had extra. Let's see, 21,516. It's not that bad. It's a lot better than what it had. I don't have to upgrade it, I could just repair it, but I mean, it's whatever. It's not serious. Yeah, it's using 100 energy a shot, so in the grand scheme of things, that's not that many shots, but later on, it'll have, you know, like 100, 200,000 energy, so you don't really have to worry about it once it gets there. We're just shooting through our last wave here. There we go. We're going to show the repair, just because I said I could do it. I haven't done it yet, so. He really just spitballed my wall. All that really does too, it does minor damage, but it's a slow effect. I don't see a health bar, which means the boss was either not close enough or he's dead, so in this case he wasn't close enough. Bring him down. There we go. That's a win. Let's go open our chest and grab our goodies and change our gear. Yeah, obviously what I'm doing is the solo method pretty much, because these guys are not going to carry me. But if you have friends that don't AP, they just level up, they can help a lot. They can make your process a whole lot faster. So that's better. Okay, let's go with our lightning strikes, because we have a better one now. We're going from 4,500 to about 75. That's a whole lot better. Then that's 8,000. That might be better than what I put on. Yeah, it is. Good stuff. Alright. Let's check this out. Legendary polearm, slightly better. Not as good. Well, actually, it is technically better. So I'll switch it just because of that. The only reason why it's not as good is because the ones I have on are already upgraded. So I think I'm going to say go to town real quick and just see what I can do with it. And this is the problem too, when people just rush you like that, it's like, well, hey, you know, I'm just going to do whatever I feel like then, since you didn't care about what I was doing, so I hope you don't mind losing your carry. I can understand if it's like, you know, hey, you know, we're on onslaught 80 or whatever, you know, and we're trying to rush through this. Well, that's okay because your gear's already set. But in this case, no, this is about getting the gear. Slightly not, that's not character specific, so I don't want it. Okay, yep, that's better. That's not. And that is better, so we'll go with that. No amazing chips anywhere. Power servo, it's only half built up. Woohoo. Let's go ahead and sell this junk. Alright, let's see. So we need like 1740 and we're at 1216 it looks like. Okay. Let's check this out. So I can build it a bit, but I need to get out of this tier into the next one. So I think I'm gonna run again and find some more stuff. Yeah, 1740. Because from times that I did fully upgrade my stuff and all that just to plow right through, because of that I don't have enough motes left from the first 3 tiers. I should have plenty of motes so once I get into like 4 plus, because it's basically like it's plain motes that take you from, you know, the campaign all the way up through tiers 1, 2, and 3. Then 4, 5, and 6 are run on shiny motes. Then it's pristine motes that take you from 6 to 7. That'll work. Let's see, yeah. It has a lot more energy at base now. That's close enough. Alright, let's switch out for that wall. Yeah, that's the one. You'll find too that sometimes spaces and walls, you know, like instead of building them well like that and then putting another dude right, let's charge it up all the way I guess, putting another dude right there where he went through, I just used him to show the space because I don't have enough to build it. Yeah, sometimes you'll have to build walls side by side like that in order to get through. Because sometimes there's the fast type of mob that just runs through no matter what. If there's a space, he'll find it, kind of thing. Looking good, we're handling it really easily. 294k, that's a definite bump too over what it was. Yeah, collect those items. Yeah, I think at 2 hours, or maybe before, I'm gonna call this video. I really was just showing the method to people who wanted to watch, so I'm like, hey, that's cool. I want to be a jerk and turn it off while they're watching. Maybe actively learning, you know? Like a kamikaze. What have you got cooked? Love it. Althea, 6 million. And he's a goner. Oh, thank God, I'm down with that, so. Look at those moats back there. I need those. Autocorrect. If you wonder what all the popping is, you can hear it, that's my fingers. I'm actually quite double jointed in the hands. So my pops, there's like a lot more to do than just, you know, hey, crack your knuckles. Quibbly. And the Dragon Lord. Looks like he put up his shield after taking some damage. Yay. Hey, there we go, 2% worked out. Not bad. Let's just try to speed through this. And welcome, whoever popped in the stream. I think after this video, after I cut it at like 2 hours, then I'm probably going to go ahead and play a different game. I think I might have to play some Days Gone or something on video soon. But I think after this, I kind of want to play some Black Ops 3 maybe, because I haven't done one forever. It's an old favorite. Yeah, you can take these, yeah. Oh, he's in there. You don't have to. Goodbye. Alright, last round. I think maybe I'll show something else that you can do to help yourself out. Because sometimes if you ask players for help, they'll come in and help. So if I'm still not at tier 4 at the end of this one, then I'll go ahead and show that. Listening chats. The idea of a kind of autonomous setup always appealed to me, so that's how I came up with this. Go ahead and snag those. Get this gear comparison here. Let's see what we've got so far. One more, please. Okay, so that's actually significantly better. That's not as good, okay. And that is better. Oh, duh, totem. Yeah, I don't need to check that for him. That's a little bit better. That's a little bit better. 2 points better. Alright, let's get rid of that junk. I'm gonna head back to town. And that's where we'll check the rest of the stuff. If I can boost my score enough to get there, then I'll go ahead and go to tier 4, otherwise I'll show the thing you can do instead. But if you do it, you'll know sometimes the day worked better than others, and you may have a bit of a wait time too. Alright. Didn't get much better, did it? Rain of Oil doesn't help me, so... Yeah, it's looking like I'm done. Just need to go ahead and start fixing up some gear here, see what I got. Yeah, this is all junk. Alright, so... see what we've got. 1270, 1301, 1441. 1441's the best bet then. Let's bump that and see how close we get. Let's say 1395. I'm probably not gonna make it. I don't think I have enough motes. Yeah, I don't. Alright, so we got pretty close, but we need more motes. So we're gonna go try that thing out and see how it goes. So in this case, we'll go to the Onslaught, we'll browse, see if anybody's got one up. And if not, then we're gonna create our own, and we can say something like do something like that, hit go, and then see if anybody will join in. Sometimes they will, sometimes they won't. What's with this found session? Okay, I was like, is it not launching me anywhere? Now this is one of the things, the Lost Temple is kind of annoying because either if you don't know how to build well enough or you're just too underpowered, you're not going to win it, so... In this case, I might be able to win it, I don't know. We'd have to try it out to find out, but it's a lot of work to build for it, just for the sake of trying it out. So right here, we'll actually have to hit that first before it'll show us where they're spawning in from. And what, so maximum effort there. We've got proximity, no modifier on the flyers, long shot. Long shot is great for the earth shatters. And Spellbreaker is not so great because it is elemental damage. Let's see, flyers over there. Stabby Kamikaze, the Stabby is from the one down there. And that's, what is it, the Dark Assassin. The other two are going to be Suiciders. And Brittle. That's kind of annoying because they start stronger and get weaker. That means they have time to walk on you first. So of course we can always try this out and, you know, just act like we're gonna build it. And, you know, maybe somebody will join by the time we get there. If not, we might be screwed. Just because it's like I only have like 2 characters, maybe. Well, I guess I have 3 characters that have the health to survive them. But this is the only one that has the armor to really survive them. Alright, so let's see. That's 23 of them. Should be fairly easy. So I think I kind of want to put a wall here. And the thing is too, I would say do your building first, even if that means switching your heroes. Oh, somebody's joining. How big is he? 35, 40? Okay, he might be able to build better than what I can with my basically hand-me-down stuff. Okay, I guess we'll go down here. Let's see if he'll help me out. He didn't give it back, which means he's probably thinking about what's best. Yeah, 2.54 mil. That's the other thing, Skyguard towers. There's an advantage and a disadvantage to using them over LSAs. So the advantage is that they have a pretty high base damage, so they're easy to boost up to 2 point whatever mil. And they can shoot up to 3 projectiles per hit. They also have a faster attack rate, but the bad news is that they can be destroyed by the Suiciders. Or if, you know, walking mobs are gonna walk that path, they can destroy them instead, so. Whereas generally the LSAs don't get destroyed, so. And also LSAs can stun, so. So the nice thing about this is that until you get really high, you don't have to worry about the Omega waves, so it'll just be 5 waves whenever you're on this map. But unlike most other maps, whenever you see this map, it's a set stage, so you can't change it. You can re-roll it and get different spawns, but it's still going to be the same map no matter how many times you roll it. I want to see how strong his walls are. Yeah. They're significantly better than mine. I definitely appreciate that too. And yeah, different walls do different things, like I mentioned before. Like his spike blockades, they're different from the ones that I'm using. Because they won't attack on their own, but they will hit back a little bit when they get hit. Whereas mine will strike first if they can. And then the arcanes, they like to build up damage and release a big hit back. So, and by arcanes I mean the mages' shields, the walls. And you know, the thing is too, something like this, if somebody's going, you know, helping you out, I'd say thanks normally, like a PSN message or connect your mic or something, say thanks, but first off, the mic's out because I'm doing a video. And then the other thing is that I've carried him before, because I've played with Lawnman before, so, I mean, I've definitely carried him more times than he's helped me, so I still appreciate it, you know. It's just that, you know, it's like a next time we see each other thing, you know, who's gonna help the person, you know. That's one of the things you have to do with Skyguard towers that he's doing, because the mobs are all the way over there. You have to try to outrange the flying mobs, especially when they're suiciders, the kamikazes, because they will often target the Skyguard tower. If that goes down, you know, you might lose the mission, so... He wanted to start, but he's still building. Yeah, it looks like his damage is more than sufficient, because... Let's see here. Yeah, 1.24 mil, but with how these attack, because it's more than 1 per second, so... That might actually be enough for, you know, straight C7, so... Yeah, I was actually pretty surprised somebody came and helped out. Because usually, even if they do, it might take like 5 or 10 minutes, but I think he only took like 2 or 3. And of course, there's just those times of the day where it seems like there's nobody around. Oh, okay, that's what it is. He's got a bunch of ancient power. Forgot about that. That's why my health is higher. I was like, I didn't accidentally equip something on him, did I? No, so he has the hero health ancient power. It's like, just the first tick is like 4% hero health, so... And it maxes at 10%, so... Quite a large buff, especially if you've got a real tank. That boss is going down, which is nice. I was a little worried there when he stopped taking damage for a second. And the thing is too, this game, it is kind of buggy, so sometimes you might see a boss or some mobs that like refuse to come out of the spawn hole or something like that. That happens. Sometimes an Earth Shatter Tower can remedy it, other times they're just too far back. So that you have to wait for the system to despawn them, then it counts as a kill, so you're good there. But this map, unlike the other maps, this actually opens up a new spot every single wave. So that, right there, that's the new one. I'll give him the mana. And try to back off enough, because the amount of time it'll auto give it back to me if I'm too close. Yeah, that's one big thing. If somebody's carrying you, give them the mana. It can be really annoying when newer players don't give up the mana. And it's like, well, you can't do anything with it because, you know, your stuff is like negative damage compared to the carriers, you know. Let's see how his LSA is doing. Yeah, 1.15. This might be the last tip of the night, but... So the thing is there is something you can do too. If you go through and get enough mastery that you get the mass destruction hypershard, you can stack that with the regular destruction on one thing. And they allow it because you can only get one of those hypershards, no matter what you do. So that'll let you really over damage buff one item. And I've done it on LSAs or Flame Aura or, you know, Earth Shatter Towers. Sometimes you can do it by situation, other times it's by, you know, whatever you're in the mood to try and use. So. I really overdid it one time on Skyguard Towers. I had an 8 million Skyguard Tower. And the thing is too, Skyguards, they also can help with the ground mobs if you have Earth Shatters, because throwing them in the air technically makes them flyer status temporarily, so they'll start targeting them too. So So you gotta think about, you know, your little synergies and all that. Okay, where's the new mobs at? I actually don't see the exclamation point, so... like, where are they? And sometimes, too, they'll just be tricky and try to pop another lane out from a hole that they were already using. Sometimes it's like this one here, how there's a line going down each one. Sometimes it'll be like, oh, you started with just this side or just that side, but now we're going to make it both sides. Well, he seems like he's ready, so call it good. But yeah, I really didn't see where they came in from. Cases like that kind of sucks, because it's like, you gotta look around and see, hey, you know, is there anywhere that's not covered? Because that would be it. Otherwise, they doubled up somewhere. And sometimes the defenses you already have are going to be good enough. Otherwise, you may have to put more. But at least when they up it like that, they give you some more space to build with. He's getting slapped. Now his combo, it's not bad, but there's stuff I don't like about it. Like with mine, using Earth Shatters versus Cannonballs, it is magic versus physical damage, that's true. But mine AoEs and it throws them up in the air, whereas these don't do that. And also having them so close to the shield makes them vulnerable to AoE attacks on your shield. Okay, see, I saw this one. And since we had them running down both lanes, it probably means flyers. So those Dargans are probably what got added. And actually, that's something that I should not be teaching somebody to do. What I was doing right here, standing on the crystal, that is a bad thing to do if you have Dark Assassins. Now, obviously, they announce themselves a little bit by that little, like, purple glow that gets around you whenever there's a Dark Assassin about to target you. But still, if you're standing on the crystal, they will damage the crystal too, so... Still just sending stuff. I'll tell you another thing too, I guess. We'll make that the real last bit. So yeah, this one here, the Barbarian, he's a fantastic hero, but for endgame, he won't be really useful. Like, I don't mean like, you know, what's considered like light endgame, which is like the first like 1 or 200 onslaughts. No, he can actually still help a lot during those, but the real true endgame where you're trying to push for, you know, like world records or something, nah, because he has to be up close to do his damage. Whereas, like, the Huntress, she can put out a bunch of damage, probably even more damage than he can, without having to be up in their faces. So that means she can apply DPS from long range, but she doesn't have to be a tank. We'll go to the next floor. That'd be really helpful if he was willing to help out. But it's like, if he wants to, that's great. Otherwise, you know, if I found some relics, I can do it myself. But even if it's just another one, I have a chance of doing it on my own because I can roll the stage. And once you pass 30, then it's going to be every 4th and every 9th of your set stages. So 4th will always be the one we were just on, and 9th, after that, will always be the, what is it, the Draken Castle? Yep, that's what he wanted. He wanted to carry again. I'm down with that, because while he's building, I can outfit myself. Okay, that's what that was. That must have been where I had my motes. But I have that bag set so it won't auto-collect, so it doesn't matter.
So next time I get a moat, I'll just put it back there and lock it back down. Alright, so Earth Shatter, what have we got? Oh man, that's a lot better. Look at that. 8K versus 25.6. Switch. No questions asked. And then this dude here, we'll go ahead and switch the armor since we were already doing that anyway. So that way, oh yeah, let me switch that on the wall too. Going from 3.5 to 18.2. lot better. That's why it's so important sometimes. Just check all your options. And that there, that's a gun, which I actually don't have the gun witch. So, I mean, that's not going to help me out, but that poison chip could be rolled later. So I might save it just to put that on somebody else's weapon. There's no outstanding chips here. And he started up, so I don't want to make him wait since he's being kind enough to help out. So yeah, I guess it's an especially good thing, thank God, that he decided to help out, because I still need one more relic. I need one for the LSAs. Because the LSAs, the mobs will try to fly over these, so you can put an LSA on the rail here somewhere and totally cover that. With their height range and everything, it's fine covering the flyers with those instead of these. Which is why I'm not desperately looking for 2 relics or 3 or whatever. That's the thing that's really nice about them. These care about whether the monsters are flying or not, but lightning strikes auras don't care. If it's in the range, it's going to attack it. So when that last mob dies, I want to quickly go in my inventory and sell my excess junk. Because none of this is useful to me now that I don't have locked. And that way I'm not making him wait, so. Yeah, I'll tell you, I've started doing the Ancient Power again fairly recently. Because originally I'd done it 3 times, and then I did that onslaught like about 115 push. And then I just went ahead and said, alright, I'm going to do all the rest of the Ancient Powers that I need, and then I'm just going to do one more big push, and then just start focusing on my Ascension levels. So I figure maybe push to like 200, and then after I've got all my Ancient Powers, that is, then focus on just getting those Ascension levels up. And then it'll just be, you know, do some leveling, do a floor here or there. Oh, that's not good. Trying not to stand on anything. Oh, it finally started attacking him. I was like, hello, Skyguard Tower. There's a flying mob on me. But the other thing is, if you've got a radial thing like the MFRs, you can just jump and stand in them instead. Get that stun, so hopefully it'll stop attacking you. But I mean, if it was a headstrong where it just can't be stunned, you know, if that was the modifier on whatever that came out of, then you're just in trouble, so. Either kill it first or it's going to keep hitting you, so. That's why I'm not worried about this guy. He actually gets health back based on how much he does in damage to the enemy, so. but I've got like Gilded Bulwark and Wormscarf and everything on him, so he gets nice damage reduction. It's like, what is it, 52% armor buff, and I don't remember if it's like 15%, I guess, damage reduction to him, so. I think I'll try to show that off real quick. So, yeah, right here, Wormscarf, it's 19%, okay, Training Strikes, 52% armor, 20% chance when taking damage to deal 485% of your armor is damaged. Power Gambit, nice. So yeah, like I said, I have a ton of Gilded stuff on the Barbarian. And yeah, I was going to call this at 2 hours, but this dude wanted to help out, which I wasn't actually thinking I'd get somebody to help out, so figured I might as well show that a little bit and let you see how onslaught flows are a little bit. Yeah, we're on 22. Yeah. Once you get to 30, then it's every 4th and every 9th that gets set. Everything else before and after is going to be rollable if you don't like the stage. Ah, this guy's got Frostfire on. I do too. This is my Frostfire is weak because it's on my Barbarian's weapon here, the Frostfire. And there we go, we stunned him right off. Nice. Yeah, that's the thing though. Because these are campaign level weapons, the Frostfire is not very powerful. Because Frostfire can do, if you have it maxed out, it can do like 2 million damage per tick. It lasts for like 5 seconds or something like that, but at mine I think it does like 1 or 200k. The thing is, too, the reason why you're not seeing the Frostfire when I'm hitting the Dark Assassin or whatever is because you actually have to get the kill with the Frostfire dude, so if the trap kills it, you're not getting the Frostfire proc. Oh, it's a weapon. Yeah, main reason right now why I'm using the Barbarian is because he does not have that much health, and with his, you know, basically no armor, he could get, you know, a few hit KO'd by one of the Dark Assassins, whereas this guy is, he's just going to tank it and, you know, wait for him to get off and beat the snot out of him. Yeah, this dude's, you know, he's cooler than usual, because, like, the last time he helped me, he only helped me for one stage, which is, you know, all you really need, but oh well. Being surprisingly killer. This is another good stage too, because it only has 3 points of entry for the regular mobs. That one, and over there. But there's 2 entries for flyers. You gotta be careful with it, but it's still generally seen as an easy stage, so that's pretty nice. So while he's doing that, let's go see what I got. I don't know if that's better or not. Let's match them up. Yes, it's better. Okay. That's fine. Let's match these up. That's still better yet, so we're gonna go with that, then we're gonna flip this on the LSA. Go from tier 3 to tier 5. Nice. Yeah, so let's go ahead and check out the gear. Yep, that's better. And that's not. But the problem is, with having the barbarian out, that means I mostly got swords. There's an axe, that's still a barbarian weapon. It's weird. I wonder what kind of skin it is. Because it looks kind of like normal, but then it's just got like ice accent on it, so... And after playing Drakenfrost as many times as I have, I don't want to see ice anymore. Because that dragon he's terrible. If you don't know what I'm talking about, it's like, what is it, Drakenfrost Keep is the one I'm talking about, and that's the one with like the castle look to it and everything, and it's got a dragon that flies around and sprays your stuff with its ice breath and freezes it up, so you gotta unfreeze it. It's just annoying. It doesn't do that on Drakenfrost Resort, so you're okay if you go there. Yeah, I guess I'm just gonna call this video whenever this dude decides to cut out. Honestly, if you have a friend to help you like this is what I was saying before, it can really go so much faster. Because it's like, you know, every few stages you're going to go up a chaos tier until you hit 27. And then once you've beaten 27, you're in chaos 7 no matter what, so. Nah, you're good. Welcome back, man. I've just been laying some verbal tips in the video, so, you know, if you've got anything you want to look through, you can find that. I was saying that I'm going to cut the video off whenever this dude stops helping. So the idea here is that I've wanted to do a bunch of ancient powers, but without spending all the money I have. Because it's like 2 million plus resources if you try to upgrade your own stuff back from campaign gear up to Chaos 7, so... And it's beyond expensive if you go to Chaos 8 it, so... Yeah, if you can find some people that are running and maybe just fit in there for a little bit there, then, you know, you can get some definite levels, and on top of that, they're gonna up your chaos tier that way. And then, yeah, you know, once you get to, like, 28, you know, if you can find lobbies and everything to carry that far in, then you can get all your stuff up to Chaos 7 for all your characters. And then from there on, it's just learning about, you know, a few systems in the game and how to start positioning your stuff. So then once you get good at, you know, handling what you've got, then you can go for a real chaos, or a real onslaught push, I mean. For me, one of the things that I did, I had a dedicated tank, but that tank was also my DPS, and that was why I went with the Barbarian, because first off, you can earn all the characters in-game. So, you know, that was pretty nice. So I made the Barbarian my first character I went out of the way to get. Because he doesn't do far off DPS, you know, he won't go long range, but in close range, he's a monster. He's definitely the best tank in the game. Like, he'll out-tank the Squire any day of the week, but the trade-off for that is that he can't drop his own traps or towers or anything. So, basically what I would do is sometimes with him, something I could do is like, this, how I've got the 3 main lanes, I could build 2 of them, and then I could sit in the middle lane if I wanted and just beat them all up with the Barbarian. Sometimes a stopgap measure like that can help you win a stage, so. Other times you might choose like, hey, you know, I'm close on this, maybe I'll just run the Huntress and shoot him from afar and just support my lanes that way. But yeah, if you can find somebody selling some stuff after you make some money, and get like, what is it, Grave Infection and Frostfire Remnants. If you can get those together on your main DPS weapon, you can proc the crap out of them, and just, as enemies keep dying, they'll keep re-procking the effects. I mean, heck, sometimes with just Frostfire alone, I was able to hold a lane in the doorway. Especially on those doors that you'll find, you know, like, oh crap, you know, I'm getting like 8 billion little bomb dudes out of it, those little bomb goblins. Yeah, those guys are excellent. Or the shield bearers. Let's see if anybody's got any of those. Either way, it's like the bigger goblins that carry the big spike shield with them. Those guys too are primed for Frostfires. Because you hit them, then they'll just keep walking through and blowing up. But yeah, so if you go the route that I did, something I did, I got the Annoyance Shard. Because the only thing Squire does better than the Barbarian at tanking is he has a natural aggro pull. But if you have Annoyance, it's like, I gilded it, so it's like every 5 out of 8 seconds, the Barbarian would pull aggro from enemies. So you'd start targeting him real easy. Yeah, these guys. That's a shield dude right there. I mean, obviously it's a bigger one because he's the boss, but that's the type I was talking about. They'll just be a little smaller than him and a lot weaker. Alright. Love it. See if I have a bunch of junk. It's a tier 8, so it's a swap AP, that's crap. Swap AP will actually swap anything is annoying, because you actually have to swap the hero out to get the effect of it. And then it's only for so many seconds before it dies off again, so. I go for constant buff instead, but you could certainly use those. I prefer something like healthy AP, where it's like, you know, if you have 90% or more of your health, then, you know, you get like this huge buff to whatever, so. If you're not too good at building, this is one of those stages you'd probably roll, just because it can be harder, because you've got a lane there, a lane right there, there's a lane over there where he's at, and then there's one back there, and then there's a flyer lane right there, and right here. And all of them are trying to get to that middle thing right there, so. But you can't let them destroy that. Or that, or your life gets a whole lot harder, so. That's why this can be more of an advanced stage for somebody that's not too used to it yet. But honestly, if you had like, you know, a Chaos 7 and fully sharded out weapon manufacturer, you could handle all of this stage with just weapon manufacturers. And that's why EV2 was my second that I bought. Just because those weapon MFRs are pretty OP. Yeah, I don't know what it is, but he's being awesome today. He's really helping out. Okay, let's see here. First things first, let's grab on that LSA, see if I can get something better. Actually, I think that's better than this. Yeah, it is. Stun gun. Okay, we'll sell it real quick because he readied up, so. Yeah, that gave me something to work with, so. We're in tier 6 now, and it's on 24, so not bad, not bad. So I was like, oh, because I thought it was like 28k I had on my Earth Shatters. And then I see that, I'm like, oh, we're in tier 6 now, yes. Because, I mean, doing it the Chaos way, just going up through the actual Chaos without the Onslaught can take forever. But if you got somebody that can walk you through the Onslaughts really easy, oh yeah, it's easy. And the plus side is that you can get stage variation, so you don't get too bored seeing the same thing over and over again. Nice. Looking good. Oh crap, put that back. I hate when it does that to me. Go in the inventory and it's like, oh, you must be wanting the characters, so it forcibly flips your screen back to the left side. Then if you press square on something, you go automatically take off whatever it just put you back over to. You gotta be careful. That's why it's not best to try and switch something when you're rushed. There's a real high chance you're gonna make a mistake. Not bad, not bad. The other thing is too, if you want just, you know, a better way to go ahead and get some of your shards and all that, there's an NPC in town. What is it? It's like, you go out of the town, go straight up to the scavenger and take a left to the boat. And then you'll see that there's two NPCs on the right side once you drop down. One is, the one on the left will be for the shard dust. That's when you sell off shards you don't need to get shard dust, you don't actually get money for it. So you trade in 10 shard dust of any tier and you can get a random shard from that tier. Or another way is the Defender medals. You can see I've got like 2613 out of 12,000. That's because I traded in like 8,000 of them for shards. But yeah, the guaranteed way is you can trade in 1,000 of it for any one shard that you want from any tier, unless it's tier 8. You can't trade for tier 8. You can trade for 1 to 7, so it's 1,000 either way. Doesn't matter what tier. It'll get you one of whatever you want guaranteed. And to guild it up, you know, it might be considerable because you need 11 of the same shard to guild, 1 to keep it and 10 to sacrifice.
So the thing about that is, I guess I should mention that in order to guild, it's like 2 million gold after you get all the shards. So, so per stage, you're probably gonna get like 24, 25 defender medals. So that'll build up with your money. So you can save those up and get the guaranteed shards if you want, and then just use your money to build it out. And then of course, you know, for me, PS4 like this. Hold the L1, press up on the D-pad. You can see what your dailies are. Okay, so it goes up to tier 8. But tier 8 is special because you can't find gear that's already at tier 8. You have to make it. So the best thing you can do there is to go ahead and, you know, compare stuff, because rather than the stuff that's on them, you want the base stats. So basically, whatever has the base stats, that's what you want to upgrade, and then go to the guy in town that lets you switch the chips, you know, it's Tinker. That way you can take the stuff off of whatever and put it on the real stuff. And then once you max it out, you're going to need to get some Chaos 8 amps. Those are not easy. They've got a super low drop rate. And they only drop from like, what is it, after 30, and they're maxed out at like 85 in Onslaught. And as they've started dropping now, they only drop from chests. So that means when you go to something 30 plus in Onslaught, you have to beat the whole stage to get that one chance at a C8 amp from the chest, because enemies can't drop them. And then it's like 2 million just to use the C8 amp after you get it, to convert from tier 7 to tier 8. And then you need 5 more to max that item out. So it gets really expensive. It's something like 20 mil per item if you want to go full C8. But unlike the other tiers, C8, once you max it out, gives like hella buff on the stats. So yeah, I'll show you here in a second. I actually do have a few C8 amps left, because I'd used a bunch of them before for that Onslaught push. I'm like, okay, I'm going to use C8 amps on this one and then the next push, but not before that. So it's saying I'm back to 0 people, so I guess I'll just put in the video and let you find it yourself. Either way, I appreciate all the pop-ins. Alright, so there it is right there. C8 amp. Yeah, I didn't think he was going to stay. Okay, good. Not good that he's not going to stay, but good that I can end the video now. Because I'm like 35 minutes past what I wanted to be. Yep, I appreciate the help. So he single-handedly made it really easy for me to get to where I need to be. I'm on 425 now. So yeah, that's basically everything I have to say about it. Yeah. Where is he anyway? Oh, okay, he hasn't spawned yet. I wonder if he'll leave now. I'm just curious what the other people are going to do. Shatterquake. That's not bad if you haven't got a Shatterquake yet. Oh, really? Did he leave by accident? Oh, well, I guess I'm not stopping the video yet then. He might have left by accident. That happens. Because if, you know, it just pops up suddenly in your face and you accidentally hit the X, you're going back to town, so... Let's lock that down. So, yeah. Better than expected. Yeah, let's switch that out, and then we'll go over here to the LSA, and we'll switch that up. And now we're geared up. So maybe I'll go ahead and pop over to my wall and see if this is better. Yep, it's better. Switch it. Explosive surprise helps me out. Boosting power, wither bubble, yeah, we'll keep those. Don't need Howling Feast. I'll keep that, I don't need that. I need that. Don't need it. I accidentally sold that, I'm not gonna bother to go get it. Double sort. And then let's see here. That's not bad. Okay, yeah, he's still setting up. So I have time to go do it if I want to. Go over to like him and go ahead and just drop this on Skyguard. Yeah, he's ready now, so. I'm gonna try to use the short one because that flows better. Charge. Thank you. Alright, welcome whoever got into the stream. He's selling the spike blockades, which is weird. I don't know why he's bothering to kill them himself. Got all that and picked up 66. Like, dang. That's a great use of my 40% cash boost from the ATs. Timeout, that's a 10. That's a max chip. Nice. Keep that. Sell the rest. Okay, that's probably not good. thought somebody left the session, that's why I was like, oh crap, that's not good. Yeah, I don't know what that notice was if it wasn't somebody left the squad, so. But hey, I'm done with that. Check again and see if I have another subscription. If I do, I have to make sure to sub back. Which is not a bad thing at all. But if I ever get big on YouTube, more than my almost 60 subs now, then it's going to be a lot of work. I'll commit to doing it. It's a bad boss. You going to bed? Huh? Oh, okay. Be right back. I'll take the controller with me so I can keep advancing the rounds. Okay, I'm back. Just, I had to say goodnight to Mom. Woo! What are we doing? Actually, we're trying to fly through these onslaught floors with some help, which is great. Thank God. There we go. So yeah, that's a quick lesson. If somebody's getting attacked by Dark Assassin, you got the stun on, you can actually stun them off of them with physical attacks. Or magical, if that's how you're doing it. That's something I need to try that I just thought of. I don't know if you can tornado a Dark Assassin off of somebody, but I'd be really interested to try that out. That would be cool, because then it wouldn't even take as long as it takes to stun them. Nice, those mononodes, which I mentioned at the start of the video. It's not real great, though. I mean, these don't give great weapons, but sometimes they've got a nice chip on them. And that's what can be nice about it. Alright, well, welcome to whoever's here. Okay, Lawn Man left again, so that might be it. Now we'll see what the next floor is and see if I feel like playing it. I was not originally intending to make this a 3-hour video. But that's whatever. Yeah, I don't want to play this stage, I'm just being honest. This stage kind of sucks. But I may give it a shot just because the dude's here. I'm sure he wants to win. Not saying that I can do that right now, but at least not that I can easily. But hey, it's whatever. Some lightning strikes. Yeah, it's a little better than what I had. This here, I don't know if that's as good as what I have on. Let's check it out. Yeah, it's not quite as good. I guess we'll just put it on for the controller servo, because it's not that big of a health difference. Let's check the... Oh yeah, that's definitely a little bit better. Because that would just cut out the electric fingers, which I'm not really using anyway, so... Nice. Alright, little buddy. Let's see your armor here. Can we do better? Yeah, pretty much. I'm like, he really didn't try to start that at all. And then this over here, how big was it? Oh, wrong character. You do not want to try to put on the barbarian. Yep, that's much, much better. Alright, looks like I'm probably going to be selling the rest of this junk. Let's see, there's no high chips in there, so it's a goner. Alright. See what we've got. Lethargic, that's not bad. But at least they're slower. No modifier on the flyers. But the problem is that he still has half the mana. Long Shot is great for the Earth Shatters. Pain Aura is terrible for walls. Maximum Effect. That doesn't really so much matter. No modifier on the flyers there. But this one's especially annoying because it has 3 flyer lanes. And that Spellbreaker's kind of annoying. And I don't know what my DPS is right now since I got carried through like 2 tiers. Yeah, I got carried into one, then I got carried through, yeah. Okay. 2.32 mil, that's not horrible actually. I have to kind of add a little bit of extra since it's Spellbreaker because they'll take reduced damage. I think he just went to verify how much damage my Earth Shatters do. Alright, so in general, I think I kind of want to get 1 Earth Shatter on these. Oh, he dropped the mana. That means he checked my stuff and his is weaker than mine. Yeah, ideally I want this back here so if they walk through they don't kill my Earth Shatter. That should be pretty good. Yep. Alright. I'm gonna need some walls. I didn't see phased anywhere, so that means I can wall off literally everything. Try to give them at least a little space before they get to the wall. And this I would usually try to wall it off, just because it's so big. And, you know, that's pretty close to home. And I'll worry about the flyers afterwards. With pain aura, that's kind of annoying. So we want to put that back further yet. Because they deal damage just by being near stuff, which is why it's bad for walls. And that's a nice choke point there. The only problem is it's real close to the Earth Shatter, so I'm kind of worried about that, but we're going to try it out. There's no real good choke point here, so we'll just try to stick it somewhere like that. And then there's not too many easy ways to get up there. So we'll do it like that. So here, I'm probably gonna see if I can put one up here. That's close enough. And one down here. That'll work. I'm just doing that for stun. The only problem with it is that all it has is stun. It can't do anything else. The thing that tempts me with this is that I might be able to combo that and see if I can get it in 2 spots just from the one. Yeah, I think I could, so I think I'll sell this one. Then I'll... because that makes the second one cheaper when you do that, so... Okay, that's about as good as we're going to get on these. So we're going to switch back to our LSA guy and see what kind of damage he can do right now. So, he has 991k. That's not that bad, actually. Because he does have max attack rate, so... and these only cost 20, so they're not that bad at all. The only thing about him that I'm like iffy on is, I'm like, do I want to save some and try to, you know... Actually, I think I'm gonna go ahead and use this for the flyer over here, but... yeah, the only thing I was kind of iffy on, I was like... do I want to see if I can get an extra Earth Shatter in somewhere? Or do I think I'm okay without it? I think I'm just going to try it as is and see if I can barb support it. The problem is, though, with it being so wide an area, that might be hard to do. And of course, we still get to see what our actual problem lanes are, too, other than, like, Pain Aura over there. I'm not gonna lie, they're kind of dying right now before they even get to this. So it kind of tempts me to sell it and add another Earth Shatter instead, but, you know. I have to see how it goes, because normally I would roll this map just because I don't like it. But usually I'm by myself, too. The only thing is, I wish I knew where this flyer came out of. I think it would have come out of that one, though. But I can't promise that it didn't come from over there, so... it makes it kind of tough. look at that. All that campaign damage. This is our last enemy, so whatever. Okay, so because of that buff, I might be able to pick up some of the stuff outside of it. Yeah. Yes, thank God. Use these because I'm thinking what I want to do is upgrade the lightning strikes over in that area, so I can maybe make it a little bit better as far as, you know, shooting down the flyers. Because it seems like the regular mobs weren't really an issue. They didn't beat up anything too badly, like that right there. I lost basically a mil on a 9 mil wall, so didn't lose anything there, so that's not bad at all. So I guess that pain aura isn't that big of a problem without the presence of a boss. So let's head over here and see if we can solve that problem. What did the best? 59.6 mil damage dealt and 72.9. Let's see the range on that one. So it should cover the flyers too. So we'll bump that. And then we'll just see what happens. Guess I should heal that wall. Even though it's only like a 300k difference. If I had like excess, then yeah, I'd go buffing the crap out of this, just because it's not taking them down super fast, but it's still doing the job. Dang, it's still doing it though. I gotta at least get my frostfire. Okay, the gate lock. Dang, I need to get in there. I hate when something simple blocks you like that. Yeah, that wall got hammered. Oh, that explains it. Cannon Ogre. I didn't see the presence of it before. Like, I didn't see an announcement for it or anything, so... That sucked. And, yep, they're bugs attacking my walls. Jerks. So I'm gonna rebuild that wall in a second here. That's one of the things I hate, like sometimes it just targets like, you know, the health of a core or something like that and you don't see the boss. That's one of the annoying things about this game, but all in all, it's a pretty good game. Alright, let me go ahead and switch him since I don't need LSAs anymore this game. Why, thank you. Okay, so one thing too, if you just build a basic wall like that, level 1, you're not really wasting anything because it's only 30 if the wall falls and you have to build a new one, so. Alright, so I think I'm gonna try buffing this one here, because they were pretty close to doing some damage to the wall, and I'm gonna definitely buff this one here. And that sets me out of mana, so now we have to do the next wave. Yeah, show you the difference here. 418k health and 2.43 million DPS with my barbarian present. So it gives it a minor buff by being there. 586k health and 3.9 million at max tier. So it is a pretty significant buff. And gotta pay attention and try to watch when flyers come through. They don't need something else attacking the gate lock even though it heals every round, thank god. I think my biggest gripe for what they don't have handled, other than, you know, just constantly being stuck with, you know, the help of something you don't need to see right at the time being stuck at the top of your screen. I think the big gripe is in Draken Frost Heat, you have to restart a wave. You have to relight all the torches. They don't keep them done for you. That gets annoying real fast. There we go. Only have 3 left. Ah, another one. That's nice. Let me see if he was reaching or not. Yeah, that should have been reaching him, so I think it must have damaged him. Yeah, what I've noticed too, jumping is a little bit easier on it when you're trying to collect out of bounds mana. Wait, did he drop his again? I mean, I appreciate it, sure. Heal, heal. Very minor heal. No heal. This will need a little bit of a heal. And then I need to check this wall too. So yeah, these both need a little bit of bump to the DPS. So I'll do 1, 2, 3. And then 1, 2, 3. Alright. It's looking pretty good. Let's give it a shot. Yeah, if anything, I'm pretty sure the fires came from over there when they got through. Can you pick up a teeny bit and give it to me? Like, I appreciate the help, but I think you went from doing nothing to trying too hard. Yeah, it's looking pretty alright. 5.2 yeah, that should be doing hella damage. What's he doing? Yep, there's a whole bunch of dragon dudes. And the Draken Lord over here. That's good, at least he's nearby. Have to worry that maybe he can kill me at this amount of health, so we'll try it out. Ah, there we go, fire proc. Do that too. Oh crap, there's more than one. Not cool, dude. I mean, that borders on the kind of unusual stuff. No, he can't one-hit me apparently. Yay. Yeah. I was like, dude, I thought I was done with the Draken Lord and there's another one. That usually doesn't happen, so I wasn't prepared for that at all. Nice, nice. But at this point, I don't think we're really in any trouble anymore. You've got enough mana to bump up our stuff pretty well. If anything, maybe I'll go ahead and do, you know, a few bumps there. Since, you know, something's hitting both those walls. Alright. I'm gonna call that good enough. Now, honestly, with the way they're not getting through, if I needed it, I could probably remove this wall and stuff like that, you know. Make it a little bit easier. Yeah, if there's something that's not doing anything in an area, there's no problem with ripping it out and putting it somewhere else. Buddy, are you back to doing nothing? Oh, actually, the mini-map will tell me where he is. Yeah, he's over here. He just started moving again. What you doing, bud? Okay, thanks. I feel like I gotta do like an ASMR video and just pop my fingers. It of course be like a mock ASMR, you know? Go over here and get him stunned. There we go. Okay. He really doesn't want to die, but honestly, it's kind of hard to do damage when all your points are in health because you went armor up, and you're still using campaign weapons. But I should be using tier 6 weapons by now. I've had enough of them drop, but I don't feel like changing over, so. Looks like my wall might be about to go down. Yep. Wall. 2 enemies left. 1 enemy left. So yeah, this is a win. Ah, he ran away. Jerk. Alright. So yeah, that takes care of that. Alright, well, you can see how it is. And I've laid a lot of tips in the video, so I just don't want to make this video go on forever. So with that, that's the end of 26. Thanks a lot, and we'll see you again. So like, subscribe, comment, anything you need, and thanks a lot for hanging out. Have a great day. God bless.